The Good Facts and News Channel. The history of Genghis Khan, the man who shaped empires, left a lasting legacy. Welcome to a story that spans centuries, a tale of conquest, legacy, and astonishing lineage. Today, we step back in time to the rugged steppes of Mongolia, where a young boy born to a minor tribal chief would rise to become one of the most formidable conquerors in human history. This is the story of Genghis Khan, the man whose bloodline reaches farther than most could ever imagine. Born in 1162 as Temujin, Genghis Khan would unite the fractured Mongol tribes and transform them into an unstoppable force. His rise from humble beginnings was nothing short of miraculous. Betrayed by his own tribe, abandoned by his people, and even enslaved at one point, Temujin showed a resilience that would later define his reign. Through a combination of military genius, diplomacy, and an unwavering will, Temujin united the Mongols under one banner, becoming Genghis Khan, meaning universal ruler, in 1206. But while his military exploits are legendary, there's another side to his story, one that traces through the veins of millions across the world today. Genghis Khan riding into a battlefield, leading his army. Victory banners wave as his soldiers charge. Genghis Khan is often remembered for his brutal campaigns, from the fall of the Khwarezmian Empire to his invasions of China, Central Asia, and even parts of Europe. His empire stretched from the Pacific Ocean to Eastern Europe, the largest contiguous empire in history. His strategy, mobility, and the sheer scale of his conquests are still studied today. Mongol soldiers, disciplined and fiercely loyal, lined up for battle under the leadership of Genghis Khan. But what of his legacy? How could a man who led such destruction leave behind a lineage that continues to thrive today? A map showing the spread of the Mongol Empire and the various regions it impacted, shifting to a modern-day DNA testing labs and research papers. In 2003, an astonishing study revealed that over 16 million men today carry a Y chromosome tracing directly back to Genghis Khan himself. That's roughly 1 in every 200 men alive today. This study, led by geneticist Dr. Zergel and his team, uncovered that an exceptionally high number of men in a vast area stretching from Mongolia to the edges of the former Mongol Empire carry the same genetic marker. This is an illustrative animation showing a family tree, the Y chromosome being passed down from Genghis Khan to generations of descendants. So, how did Genghis Khan manage such an extraordinary feat of reproduction? Well, as you might expect from a man who conquered vast territories, Genghis Khan had many wives and concubines. In fact, it is believed that he had at least 10 wives, though some sources suggest it could have been as many as 20. But it wasn't just the number of his wives that mattered, it was his approach to heirs. Picture Genghis Khan in a royal tent, surrounded by women and children, while advisors and generals discuss strategy. Transition to Genghis Khan looking thoughtfully at his family. His primary wives bore him sons, but Genghis Khan also had a policy of taking women from the territories he conquered. Furthering his legacy and ensuring his genetic line was spread far and wide. These alliances weren't merely personal, they were part of his grand strategy of empire building. By fathering so many children, he solidified his control over the vast regions he conquered, blending his genetic line with those of powerful families and rulers. Imagine Genghis Khan riding on horseback, overseeing the construction of a massive empire. The view of his children in various locations, as well as his various wives and concubines. His descendants, both legitimate and otherwise, would go on to rule vast territories, the most famous being his grandson, Kublai Khan, who established the Yuan dynasty in China. But it's his direct genetic legacy that remains the most astounding. Fast forward in time, from Genghis Khan's era to modern Mongolia. A Mongolian family today showing the descendants of this ancient ruler. Through his conquests, Genghis Khan didn't just reshape the political map of the world. He reshaped the very genetic makeup of entire populations. And though his empire eventually fragmented after his death in 1227, his influence continues to be felt. Genghis Khan's empire may be gone, but his impact, both cultural and genetic, endures. From his military innovations to his approach to leadership and diplomacy, his legacy is woven into the very fabric of world history. And perhaps, as the centuries pass, more and more people will trace a part of themselves back to that young boy from the steppes, whose ambition knew no bounds. The view of Genghis Khan's statue in Mongolia, blending with the Mongolia's mountains and plains. Please like and subscribe. Thank you for joining us on this journey through time. Genghis Khan's story is one of triumph, tragedy, and triumph once more. A story that, in its complexity, continues to intrigue and inspire. Please like and subscribe. And it's a legacy that will live on, no,